Man, he just goes, man.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so type the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Hello and welcome to another Sunday morning pregame show. My name's Brandon. We are on the ASAP network. I'm joined today by my man Michael, the con man. How you doing today, bud?
I am doing great, man. I'm excited about today's games. Looking forward to it. Let's get it on.
Yes, and I'm also joined by the young gun, Mr. McGregor, going down in the second round. Landon, how you doing, bud?
We got to bring it up.
What's
going on? It's Championship Sunday. Championship Sunday, one of the best days.
Championship Sunday. So, all right. With that being said, Landon, how can the guys win? Our viewers win a free T-shirt. Let's get that out of the way.
If you're active in the comment section, if you're, sharing what you think about what we're saying, or you're sharing, liking our stuff, you can be entered to win a free T-shirt at the end of the month by becoming the viewer of the month. And if you just don't feel that you want to do that for some reason, if you think your comment's stupid, I don't know, you can contact any of us on Pregame, any of us in the network in general. We can get you your own shirt for $14.99 plus shipping and handling. I believe our sizes go from small to 2XL, so you can just go ahead and personal message one of us and get your very own T-shirt.
Yes, and all right. So with that being said, it's Championship Sunday. Win or go home. So, Nate, next slide, please. Mr. Kyman. Okay, we got the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Packs and the Bucks. So, all right. First game up, we got the Bucks versus the Packers. We did a poll for our ASAP network, and the majority of the analysts are going with the Green Bay Packers. So, Kyman.
Well, you know something? Hey, I agree with the ASAP network breakdown. I'm definitely going with the Green Bay Packers. But anyway, basically it's going to come down to, as we all know, that guy over there from Tampa Bay, Rodgers, and Brady and Rodgers from Green Bay. You break it down. Aaron Rodgers, he threw 50 touchdown passes this year, gave up 50 interceptions. Tom Brady, 40 touchdown passes, 12 interceptions. They're both even. Basically, the Packers allowed 320 yards per game. Tampa Bay allowed 327 yards per game. I think it's going to be coming down to how well does Green Bay handle Tampa Bay's defensive line, and how well Tampa Bay can control Aaron Jones, who had a pretty good year. He had over 1,000 yards rushing, and of course the great Devontae Adams, who had a spectacular year. But to me, I think this is Aaron Rodgers' year. I predicted he was going to be the MVP. I think he's going to be MVP of the Super Bowl, by the way. And I definitely got him going to further their hopes with a 27-21 win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay. All right. Mr. Landon, who do you got? I know last week you had a bold prediction. Are you sticking with it?
Yeah, I am. Last week I said whoever won the Saints-Bucks game would be in the Super Bowl, and I'm going to stick with it. I think the Buccaneers got to win this game simply because I just can't doubt Tom Brady. And that insane offense in the playoffs. That's just how it is. If I have Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, I'm taking Tom Brady every day of the week. And the Bucs defense also. The Bucs defense also. They had 4 turnovers against Drew Brees last week, and that's insane. That shifted the game, in my opinion. If those turnovers wouldn't have been there, it would not have been a 30-20 win for the Buccaneers. So I got the Bucs winning this game. It's gonna be pretty high scoring, and I know in the regular season it was 38-10, week 6, I think, but I don't think that's gonna be even close in the playoff game. I think it'll be. I'm gonna go 31-24. Buccaneers go to the Super Bowl.
Okay. For me, it's tough. I mean, but even being a Vikings fan, I know it's against the rivalry laws to go for the Packers, but I gotta go with the Packers. I think it's Rodgers' year.
Yes.
I think this game's going to rely though heavily on who can run the ball the most. I mean, it's going to be cold out there, snowy. I know. I think Brady's like 24-4 in cold weather games or something like that. But I think it's going to be a defensive battle, and it's going to be whoever can run the ball the most. So, good luck to both teams. Honestly, I could see either one winning. So, all right. With that said, let's move on to the other big matchup. Probably the game I think might be the game of the week: Buffalo versus Kansas City. So, after doing our little poll, everybody's got the ASAP Network's going with Buffalo. So, Kyle, you agree with that, or you got your own little side? What do you got?
Well, guys, I've been talking about Buffalo for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I think they're on a roll right now. I mean, I know Kansas City beat them on October 19th, 26-17, but Bills are playing a lot differently than what they did then. And the Bills have won the last 8 games, and the 7-1 against the spread. And in that particular game, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think he got 161 yards rushing. We know that's not going to happen today. That's definitely not going to happen. So if I had my brothers, I think that KC, matter of fact, I don't think Mahomes should be playing. I think through the protocol, the concussion protocol, I don't think he should be playing. But we all know it's a money game. It's big time, and of course he's going to have to play. But I mean, he's already limping. I think they're going to try to attack him, try to have him off guard, have him off his feet as much as possible. To be honest with you, because I don't think he can run that well. And of course, Buffalo, they got Stephon Diggs, who's playing out of his mind, and Josh Allen is playing great as well. I just don't see Kansas City, and it's so hard to repeat. I just don't see Kansas City coming through. With the injury to Mahomes. I just don't see it. I think Buffalo's going to win. I got Buffalo, and plus they're young, they're hungry, they're strong, and I think they're going to definitely take care of Kansas City today. I got Buffalo 24, KC 21.
All right, so Landon.
All right, so you doubted the Chiefs last week, and I came out and got the win. I know the Browns and the Bills are 2 different teams, but come on. I got to go with the Chiefs in this one. Now, I'll tell you this. I'll know by the end of the first quarter who will win this game. Because I'll see by the end of the first quarter if Patrick Mahomes is truly 100%. He's my X factor here. I mean, if he's not 100%, the Bills will win this game. But I'm going to put my money on Patrick Mahomes will be 100%. And he'll come out and play like we all know he can. I'm going to go with the Chiefs winning this one. And another X factor for me is the Bills and their running game. It's awful. So if it does come down to the running game needing to help this passing game, the Chiefs are going to win. I mean, they got a 1-2 punch in Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Le'Veon Bell. If Clyde does play this week, he was out last week, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs winning this game. I'm going to go super high-scoring game. Both of these teams will end up in the 40s. I'm going to go 45-41, Kansas City.
So we're going to get no defense in this game. All right.
No defense in this game.
I mean, yes, the X factor is Mahomes. And should he be playing, shouldn't he be playing? I mean, that's what they got doctors for. I know some people, analysts on other shows, networks and stuff, were saying that it wasn't a concussion protocol. He got choked out. I mean, I'm not saying making excuses for him, but I'm going Chiefs. I think it's going to be close. Yes, Mahomes is the X factor, and you probably will know by the first drive or the first quarter if he's healthy or not. So I'm going probably 2021. I mean, whoever's got the ball last is going to win. So, but yeah, there we go. So the Super Bowl we got, who's ever game. I don't think we're agreeing on both matchups. So we'll see who's eating humble pie next week. So, all right, yeah, we guess everybody's going to be eating humble pie at the Bucs win. All right. All right, so Nate, let's move it on. All right, so we all know that the awards are coming up. So let's do our own awards, ASAP awards. So Conman first, who do you got for the MVP in your mind? Not who you think is going to win, but in your personal opinion, who, if you had a vote, who's going to win MVP?
Without question, that guy in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. I think he's had a phenomenal year. I think that, this is his time. The window's closing. I think he's had a tremendous year. He's got some weapons around him this year that he didn't have in the past. And I think without any hesitancy, I got to go with Aaron Rodgers, without question.
All right, Landon.
I agree with Michael here. I mean, it's no question. This guy's insane. He's played out of his mind. Devontae Adams has played out of his mind. These two guys have just been on a tear lately. I would go with Josh Allen, but Aaron Rodgers' numbers are just stupid good. So I got to go Aaron Rodgers, and it could possibly be unanimous for like the third time ever. Lamar Jackson's got it. Tom Brady's got it. And I believe Aaron Rodgers could do it this year. He could be unanimous MVP.
Yeah, I think we're going to make it a clean sweep. I was trying to think of any other way to put anybody up there but Aaron Rodgers, but I mean, his numbers are so good. He's been so consistent. Even in his losses, he'll still throw 2-3 touchdowns. So, as Freddie would say, we're going with that bad man.
Don't even start. I can't stand that.
So, but, I agree. I think we're going to go with Aaron Rodgers. All right. Next on, Mr. Conman, Rookie of the Year. Who do you got?
Justin Herbert. I think he had a phenomenal year. 66% passer rating. I think that was pretty good for him. He threw for 4,400 yards, 304 yards per game. He had an overall passer rating of 98.3. I think that he showed that he's going to become a leader. I think that he showed some promise, and I think he had a great year, given the fact that their team didn't live up to expectations. But I think that my pick would be Justin Herbert.
Okay, Mr. Landon.
There is offensive and defensive, correct? I didn't put that on there.
Yeah. Rookie of the Year is both.
Okay, so for offensive, I'm going to go Justin Jefferson, Minnesota Vikings. Guy's insane. He made it 1,000-yard season with Kirk Cousins as his quarterback, so I think that deserves some love. So I think Justin Jefferson wins this award. He's one of the best rookie receivers I've seen, man. And Justin Herbert, I'm not taking away from his season at all. I mean, he was fantastic, but you got to think, he had Keenan Allen and Mike Williams showed up a lot this year. Hunter Henry showed up. So he had weapons, and I can't take that away from him. He played really well. He broke a rookie touchdown passing record, I think. But wow. Justin Jefferson, he's iconic, and everybody's doing that dance that he did, and I think that overall that just wraps it up. I got Justin Jefferson for my offensive rookie of the year. Do you want me to go ahead and do defensive, or are we just gonna go again?
If you want to throw a defensive out there, I wasn't thinking doing defense, but go ahead. If you guys got a defensive guy, go ahead.
Go ahead, Manny. Go ahead.
I got to take Chase Young. He's insane. He was blowing up quarterbacks. Tackles weren't able to stop him. He was insane. He played awesome. He played up to the hype. And I'm glad he played up to the hype because I was kind of worried. Well, going into the draft, he's the most talented guy in there, and I knew that. But, you always see these guys fall off as soon as they get in the NFL. So I'm glad he did good. and he just played amazing. He played like a Myles Garrett, like a J.J. Watt. So he didn't disappoint. Chase Young is my defensive rookie of the year.
You know, I have to agree. I agree with Landon. He's phenomenal, man. The way he comes at the end, he's quick, he's fast, he's strong, and he had a great year. Has a lot of confidence in his game. He's going to be someone to be reckoned with the years to follow. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Landon on that one.
Okay, yeah, Landon, you stole my guy, Jefferson. I mean, who knows what this guy's numbers would have been if we would have had him in the first couple weeks, but nothing against Herbert either. I mean, he wasn't even supposed to play this year, but he got into a fluke injury to their quarterback, so he had a great year. As far as defense, yeah, I gotta go with you guys. You guys stated exactly who it was. So, all right, we'll skip coach of the year for right now. Let's go defensive player of the year. Landon, you go ahead. Who you got for defensive player of the year?
I've been back and forth on this a lot. I'm probably gonna have to go Jalen Ramsey. He locked a lot of people up. I mean, he locked DK Metcalf up 3 times they played him. He had like 4 catches combined for no more than 50 yards and 1 touchdown. So I gotta go with Jalen Ramsey. He can lock anybody up. And Devontae Adams didn't put up the numbers we're used to seeing him do. I mean, he put up a touchdown, a lot of yards, but nothing like we're used to. He's the best corner in the league, in my opinion, and I think he'll win Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay, Mr. Conman.
I mean, Landon, that's a very good choice, but I think I'm going to lean with Aaron Donald. I mean, we all know the things that he did. I mean, 14 sacks this year, and the fact that he assisted on 18 other ones. The guy's a beast, man, and you could tell he was hurt in the playoffs, and that affected the way that the defense played. And you just got to realize what impact he has, because he's got 2-3 players on him at every single play, and he's one of them dudes that don't take a play off, except when he was hurt, obviously. But yeah, I have to go with Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I'm going with Donald too. I think the Rams missed him on the defensive side of the ball during that playoff game. I mean, it showed that he was a factor. So, yeah. All right, offensive player of the year. Mr. Skyman, who you got there?
You know what? I was going back and forth with this one. I think I'm going to go with Devontae Smith. I think he showed what a great year he had. Even though he was playing with that bad man, I think his numbers were fantastic. He was very consistent throughout the course of the year. He's a dangerous weapon, and I'm going with Devontae Smith.
You mean Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams. I better get that right. I better get that right.
Landon, who you got, bud?
It's no question. Like, there should not be any votes for anybody else. It's Derrick Henry. He got 2,000-yard rushing year, I believe. Right? Did he? 2,000 yards? Like 2,046, I think.
Yeah, something like that. He was close. If he didn't get it, he was close.
Okay, yeah, even if he was in the high thousands. I mean, I'm pretty sure he had 2,000, but that's insane. That rarely happens. I don't see it very much. So I got Derrick Henry winning my Offensive Player of the Year. If it was about 5-10 weeks ago, I would take Alvin Kamara because he was on a tear, but I gotta go Derrick Henry. He's insane. It's so hard to stop.
Can I change my mind? He made me change my mind. I gotta go with him.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers having a good season, I could see Henry winning the MVP too. But yeah, and if Cook didn't fall off like he did, I mean, I could see him winning Offensive Player of the Year. But yeah, you can't go anybody but Henry. I mean, I see it in the chats that people are saying Henry. So I mean, it definitely is. I mean, Devontae Adams ain't a bad choice either. I mean, he had a good season. I mean, Stephon Diggs had a good season. I mean, there's a few choices out there, but you reach a milestone of 2,000 that only a few people have touched. I mean, you're golden. So, all right, Nate. Next, or Coach of the Year. I'm sorry, guys. Coach of the Year. Landon, who you got?
Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland Browns. I mean, he took this guy. They had the same team except for their draft picks, but I'm not gonna even take their draft picks as an exception. They had two guys that led them to losing seasons, no playoffs, and top 10 picks. And Kevin Stefanski brought this team to an 11-5 season. Basically, no changes except for adding Austin Hooper and that left tackle they got from Jedrick Wills from Alabama. That's all he added on his team. That had any big changes. And he took this team to the playoffs, and he beat the Steelers from his basement over Zoom. This guy's insane. He brought the Browns from down to up like in 1 year, and I think that deserves some recognition for sure.
Yep, Mr. Kaiman, you agree? Or you got somebody else?
No, I agree with him. I agree with 100%. At first, I was going to go with Andy Reid, but he has the weapons. He has a team. It was good that the fact that they were expected to be where they're at right now, and they lived up to expectations. But I mean, it says it all. This is the Cleveland Browns' first winning season since 2007. That says a lot. What I mean? And the great improvement of Baker Mayfield, that has a lot to do with the coach. What I mean? I think he instilled a lot of confidence in them. And for the Cleveland Browns to be relevant again, I mean, you got to go Stefanski. That's what I say.
Yeah, I know there's a purple and gold team that's probably kicking themselves for letting that guy walk away. I mean, but yeah, Stefanski, I mean, you guys said it. I can't repeat it. I mean, yes, you got Ron Rivera that battled cancer and hope he gets better and going through chemo and all that. And, there's a few others. The Miami coach, I mean, could have been up there. Bills, I mean, but yeah, Stefanski took the Browns from the Browns to, hey, we got a playoff contender. So well done on the awards. I think we agreed on most of them. So next slide there, Nate. All right, so 6 through 10 mock draft. I do not have them in front of me. Landon, if you got them.
Yeah, I got them.
Who's at number 6? What's the draft order, 6 through 10?
Eagles, Lions, Panthers, Broncos, and Cowboys.
All right.
Oh.
So, Landon, go ahead. Where do you think some guys might land? You see some movement happening. What do you got going on in that order there?
For number 6, I got a shocker. Everybody's thinking they're going to go receiver, but truth of the matter is they need defensive help. They need linebacker help. So I think they go Micah Parsons here out of Penn State. He's a fantastic linebacker, and he can make a lot of changes on that defense. And they can get a receiver later in the draft. You see late round receivers go good. DK Metcalf went the second. That's just I'm pretty sure Devontae Adams went the third. So that just shows you can make a star out of somebody like that, out of a late round pick. So I think they should go with the receiver then. I doubt this will really happen, but that's what I think should happen. At number 7, the Lions, I got them taking Jalen Waddle out of Alabama. Well, you know what? I might change that because the news Matt Stafford's not staying. That might get switched later on. But as of now, I got them taking Jalen Waddle out of Alabama. He's a fantastic receiver. He was hurt a lot this year, but I think if he was healthy, he definitely would have been in the Heisman running for sure. Number 8, the Panthers, I got them taking Zach Wilson out of BYU, quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. He's a dual threat. He can do whatever you need in this league anymore. And the Panthers need a quarterback. They're having quarterback troubles. So I got them taking Zach Wilson. The Broncos, I got them taking Trey Lance out of North Dakota State, quarterback. He's really good as well. I think he's one of the more talented players in this draft, and he's not getting enough love. But so I got him going 9 to the Broncos. And then my last, number 10, the Cowboys, taking Kyle Pitts, tight end out of Florida. He's one of the better tight ends I've seen in a while. So Kyle Pitts goes to Florida, and that wraps up my 6 to 10.
All right. Kyle, you got anything to add to that? Any different players?
Well, again, the 6 to 10, I really Landon got me on that one. But I know for a fact that Philadelphia, for example, they're looking at Jamar Chase, wide receiver out of LSU. I know Carolina is looking for Panay Sewell, offensive tackle out of Oregon, and Asante Samuel, cornerback out of Florida State. The Detroit Lions looking at Khalid Bali, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Cameron McGrone, linebacker out of Michigan, and also Christian Barmore, a defensive tackle out of Alabama.
Okay.
Who we got? Who we got? Dallas.
Dallas number 10. Yep.
Ooh. Probably I would go Jalen Waddle, wide receiver out of Alabama.
You think he'll drop to number 10?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, when it comes to the draft, I mean, anything's possible.
You never know. You never
Landon, you're the man. I think out of any moves, I mean, or any big trades, you probably nailing it right now. But yeah,
Probably.
the Lions, like Tim Fielder stated, Lions need a quarterback. So
Yeah, I'm definitely going to change that after this.
I can see them moving up and trying to nab one of the top 2 or 3. I mean, there's been a lot of talk lately with some quarterbacks. I think we'll get to in a second here. So, I mean, there's Will Poston's picks right there. I mean, you can't disagree. I mean, there's going to be a lot of movement, from now until draft day. So,
yeah.
All right.
So I guess Will is with giving Drew Lock 1 more year, and I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah. Anything's possible. All right, so next slide. All right, big announcement. We feel that there's probably going to be another announcement sooner than later, but right now, Philip Rivers hanging it up. Conman, you being the historian, the old school, what's your thoughts? And is he a Hall of Famer? So
we discussed this the other night, and we went back and forth. I think he will be. He may not be first ballot, but overall, I definitely think he'll get in. The guy's played 244 games. He has a passer percentage of 65%. Thrown for 64,000 yards passing. Thrown for 421 touchdowns. I think he's had a very long career. I definitely think that he'll get in. Maybe not as a first ballot, but I do see him getting into Hall of Fame.
All right, Landon, what's your thoughts?
I don't know. I don't think Rivers needs to. I don't think he will go into the Hall of Fame. Simply because he just doesn't. He doesn't have a ring. He just hasn't done enough to show me. I would have never said. I got to see him play for the Chargers a little bit, but I would have never said he is a top 5 quarterback in the league ever. So he's a choke job. He just throws interceptions all the time. When he played for the Chargers in San Diego, I guess I should say. So that's where I'm going to look at that, because at the Colts he played really well, but one season can't put you into the Hall of Fame. So I think at San Diego he was very disappointing, and I don't think he'll make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, after looking back on his career, it's shocking that he never got to the Super Bowl. I thought the Chargers had some decent teams. He's not a first ballot, but I think he's a Hall of Famer. I don't think the ring's going to matter. The numbers will show it. Maybe not the first, second, but he'll get in. So, and with that being said, let's move on to our next retirement candidate, I guess we will say. All right, Landon, is he going to hang it up? What do you think?
Yes, he will. I mean, you saw how he looked out at the field when he was walking through the tunnel. I mean, he just doesn't want to publicly announce it yet, and I think it's because of the loss to the Buccaneers in the playoffs. He might feel like he let the fans down. He might feel like he let the NFL world down with not making it farther. So I think he will retire. I think that's what he should do. I mean, he's getting old. He's not playing up to par anymore. So I think he will, and I think he should. If it's my opinion, he needs to retire. That Saints team is just getting more disappointing and disappointing every year, and I think that it is really due to Drew Brees and his constant decline. And it's because of his age. I mean, it happens. Not everybody ages like Tom Brady. I swear that guy's gotten better as he's gotten older, but he's not going to age like Drew Brees. So, or like Tom Brady, excuse me. So I think Drew Brees does need to retire, and I think he will within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, Mr. Conman.
Yes, he's already signed a contract with NBC, so he's already set. He's good to go. But like Landon said, he's not going to do it publicly yet. But yeah, he's got his he's going to be like another Tony Romo. He's going to be with NBC.
Yeah. He's going to be good. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, he's going to have a long career doing that. It's going to be great to listen to him and learn from a different lens that he has. But yeah, I definitely think he's going to retire. I mean, he really doesn't have anything to prove. He's had a tremendous career. I mean, you just look at it, he's going to go down as the most accurate passer in the NFL history. I mean, his numbers speak for themselves. He holds 4 NFL records. He has a 98% passer rating, 571 touchdowns, over 80,000 yards. I mean, this guy's phenomenal. He's Hall of Fame bound. He's got nothing to prove. So, he's going to retire. Of course, he'd like to retire, on a better note. But I think he has nothing to prove, and he's going to slide right into the NFL booth and do a tremendous job there as well.
Yeah, I think if I recall, didn't he sign the contract like at the beginning of the year with NBC too? I mean,
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I know at the beginning of the year he was like, "This is my last year." Middle of the year, this is my last year. Playoffs come around. Yeah. Well, what do I want to do? So,
yeah. So
he's prepared to retire. That's for sure. But
yeah. I think he came back too soon from that injury. Yeah. We all looked how he played in the playoffs, and we've seen the video clips where he's on the field after the game playing with his kids and hugging his wife. You could tell he was thinking about it then. But isn't it ironic too that I believe did the Chargers trade Breeze when they got Phillip Rivers and they played for 1 year together? So
yeah.
Kind of ironic that both those guys are going out at the same time. So, all right, next slide there, Nate. That might be our last NFL one. Yes, it is. So before we touch on this, we kind of alluded to our draft. A couple quarterbacks on the move. Watson and now we find Matthew Stafford's on the move.
Yep.
Landon, where do you think either one are going to land?
Well, I mean, Watson prefers the Jets, and I think that's so stupid. What's the point of giving the Texans and going to the Jets? That doesn't make any sense. But if that happens, that second pick will be in discussion, and I think that's very stupid if you're Deshaun Watson. You want to get to a better team. You don't – I don't understand. But
would you take the Dolphins? The Dolphins was his number 2 pick.
That's who I have him going to. That's who I've had him going to since he wanted out. Because they're winning. Why would he want to go to the Jets? I don't understand. He wants to get out into a winning culture. Why does he want to go to the New York Jets? It's the worst possible place, in my opinion, other than the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. But and then Matthew Stafford, I don't know where he'll go. I'm going to be honest. I mean, there are obvious landing spots like the we got the Broncos, the Jets. I don't know. It's all over the place, but Matthew Stafford's still a toss-up. I haven't seen where his destinations that he wants to be are. So it's too early to say where he's going to go there, but there's a lot of teams that need a quarterback. So that's why I think Deshaun Watson's a toss-up. Like, this came out, and I was like, what? But it makes sense if you're the Jets. I mean, push one. I don't know why they haven't got him yet. I mean, that's a once in a lifetime talent, in my opinion. He's insane.
Yeah. I mean, they want a lot for him. I know that. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, they'll probably have to give the second overall pick, Sam Darnold, and probably another pick. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I think the asking price from what I was reading is even more than that. So.
Oh, I'm sure. It is.
Yeah, Conman, what do you think? Where do you think both those guys are going to go?
Well, we know the Jets are going to go all in. They're definitely going to go after him. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at him. And I agree with Landon. I don't think he should go there. But something tells me they're going to make an offer that they won't be able to refuse. And I think he's probably going to end up with the Jets. I really don't like it. I don't agree with it, but I think he's going to go there. And the talk is that Stafford's going to go to Indianapolis. That's the word.
That'd be a nice one.
That's the word. That's the word.
So, Nate, can you throw up Tim's comment there with Watson wanting to go to the Jets for his reason? It is because of the coach. He likes the coach that they just hired.
I know Richard Sherman shouted him out and was like, "You need to go here. He's a great coach." But I don't understand. Yeah. A coach is not going to take a team from their awful record.
There's Mr. Will.
Yeah. I think it's stupid. I don't think a coach should really do that to you.
But, the Broncos could make a move, but when I saw Watson's top two teams, I was kind of floored. I'm like, really? You want to go there?
Exactly.
So but Stafford to the Colts wouldn't be a bad. I think that would work out pretty decent, or hate to say it, maybe New England. So all right. So Mr. Landon, the floor is yours. Comment, I think you might have watched some of this too, but UFC 252. Mr. Landon, break it down for us.
So this fight ended by TKO in the second round. Dustin Poirier defeated Conor McGregor, as you see. And this fight was an upset. The Vegas odds obviously had McGregor. He's one of the best we've ever seen do it. But after the first round, I thought Conor McGregor was going to win this fight. Dustin Poirier went to the ground, and I didn't expect that at all. But the way Conor McGregor played it on the ground was fantastic. I mean, he put his back against the fence, and he got himself up. And Conor McGregor, as I'm sure you guys know, and you don't really watch it much, he's fantastic striker. So his good stand-up game is really fantastic, but he's not good on the ground. And the way he played that was fantastic. He got right back up. And he was landing those shoulder shots, which is really good for Conor McGregor. And after the first round, I knew McGregor had won that round. And I thought he was going to win the fight just because it looked like total dominance. Second round came around, and Dustin Poirier kept going for McGregor's left calf, I believe it was. That left calf started getting super red, and you could tell he was hitting the muscle very well, and he could almost not even stand on it. Poirier landed one good right, as you see there in that picture. And night. I mean, it was over. McGregor he took the shots, but he couldn't get out. He could not move because his calf was hurting so bad. And he stayed on that ground. When he popped up, you could tell he was off in the head and on his leg. He tried to get up, and once he got up, he fell right back down. So I knew that calf was definitely a game changer in this fight. I think now Dustin Poirier definitely deserves a championship fight, but I don't see Khabib coming back anytime soon. So they should give the title to somebody else. Let two guys battle it out to get that belt, and then Poirier needs to go for it. But I was watching interviews last night, and McGregor and Poirier are both very interested in a rematch for the third time. A question was asked to McGregor last night: Nate Diaz or Poirier, which one would you rather fight for a third time? And he said Poirier because it's new. So I would really want to see these guys again. I mean, they hate each other. So I think it'd be awesome to see again, just to see them scrap one more time. Because I know Conor McGregor's getting old, but I think that UFC fans deserve one more from these two because they just go at it, man. And they're 1-1. So there's got to be a tiebreaker, right? We can't end this rivalry at 1-1. So I think we'll see a third one for the next year or two. But it was a fantastic fight. It didn't live. It lived up to the hype for sure. They got at it immediately, so that's what I wanted. Both these guys, they're dogs in the octagon, and they can take shots, but McGregor just those leg kicks just destroyed him. All right,
comment. What do you got? Any other takes on that?
Well, prior to the fight, Landon and I spoke, and I had mentioned that if Conor came out fast, he needs to come out fast because the longer the fight goes, it's going to be real tough for him to get a win. And I didn't see the fight. I mean, so I only saw some highlights. But two things I did pick up on was that, Landon was talking about him getting hit in the calf.
Yep.
He absorbed 8 major blows to the calf.
Yep.
And I that was devastating. Matter of fact, he walked out of the ring out of the ring. Matter of fact, yeah, with a cane, and so he obviously he took a beating. But again, I heard some of the interviews as well, and one thing we know about Conor is that he's at his best after he loses. His very next fight, he's always a lot better.
Hungry, basically, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so I think that's what he needs. I think Landon said to the point. Yeah, you got to go one more. You got to do it one more time. It's 1-1. You can't go out that way. You got to go at it, and I think it's going to be a tremendous fight. But I think this time Conor will win.
I mean, another thing, real quick. After the first round, Poirier was tired. McGregor stood up. He did not sit down once during the break of the second round. He was ready to go because he, like I said, he dominated the first round. And then I think that ultimately, with him not sitting down and him not getting coached and getting water and ice and everything, I think that honestly lost him the fight because those leg kicks would not have happened if he was 100% energy, if he was ready to go back out there because he could have checked them or something. But he didn't because he was tired. And that's what Poirier's game plan was. It was to get him tired in that first round, which he did, and just destroy his leg. And he lived up to the hype. He talked what he said. He was, he walked the walk, so to say. McGregor, these guys hate each other, so I really want to see another fight.
Yeah, there's got to be. I mean, they're 1-1, like you guys said. There's got to be a round 3 final fight. But there was also rumors after this fight that McGregor was going to either take on Pacquiao or the YouTube guy. I can't think of his name.
Logan Paul or Jake Paul. Which one?
Yeah, Jake Paul. I think it was. So, but now those fights have been kind of on hold right now because of the loss. So,
right.
If you're one of those guys, would you guys want to take on McGregor for the payday or?
Yeah,
Landon saying yeah, especially the young gun. I mean, he's only got 2 fights. I can see him doing the fight, but I mean Pacquiao, I don't think really needs it.
But one thing real quick with that, like Poirier even said himself, McGregor is the fight you want over anybody in fighting. I mean, Floyd Mayweather's up there, Mike Tyson's up there, but Conor McGregor ultimately, that's who you want. I mean, everybody loves Conor McGregor, loves his energy, loves how he fights. So if Jake Paul can really stick a fight with Conor McGregor, even if he loses, he's making stupid money, and he's getting his name out there even more, even if he does lose. So, yeah, I mean, if you're Jake Paul and you can get this fight, I think you should take it because he's the biggest fighter, most famous to do it.
But I think also, too, ESPN said that wasn't this like his 3rd loss in his last 4 fights that McGregor's had? Something like that? With boxing included. So,
yeah, probably something like that.
All right. So, with that being said, any last thoughts on that between either one of you guys before we move on?
I agree with Landon that the young buck, man, he's got to take the money because at the end of the day, he's gonna. I mean, how much has he made so far? And he's gonna make triple, quadruple that. So he's got to take the money and run.
Oh yeah. So, all right, like we alluded to last week, we're gonna start slowly transitioning from football because it's getting down there to either a full sports talk weekend show or we're just going to do MLB. We don't know officially yet, but right now, top free agents still out there. Got some big names out there. Conman, where do you see some of these guys falling to or going to?
Looking at this list, guys, right now, Marcel Ozuna, I mean, he 18 million. So I think it's going to depend a lot, on what teams are willing to pay these guys. You know what I mean? It seems like for the most part, I mean, I'm not into baseball like you guys are at the present moment, but they seem like the average ball players. They don't really do anything special to me. But you got Nelson Cruz making 14 million. Career batting average of 278. 14 million. I don't know. And then you got Andrelton Simmons. Batting 269, 6 million. And you got Justin Turner, 12 million. I'm sure Landon's going to expound on what he thinks. But Trevor Bauer, I mean, good pitcher, but his ERA is at 3.9. I don't know how good that is. 1,300 strikeouts. I don't know. JT Rulamoto, 6 million, 278 career batting average. I don't know. It depends what team's willing to pay.
Yep.
And
That's what MLB is about. It's all about where the money's at. So, Landon, I know we were kind of talking about Simmons yesterday.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is going to happen with these top free agents left on the board?
Trevor Bauer, fantastic pitcher. He was in the Cy Young talks. I'm not sure. Did he win? I know he was number 2 if he didn't win. Either way, if you're in Cy Young talks, you're an elite pitcher. So
yeah, I think he won it last year or the past year.
So he's going to want big money, right? I mean, he's a Cy Young winner. So, but I mean, I know the Angels have been in talks. There's been a lot of teams that he in baseball. That's what I love about baseball free agency is that you never know because it's like it feels like it's so secret and it just pops out of nowhere. Justin Turner is another guy that I kind of starred on my paper here. He's 36. He's up there in age. However, we've seen him perform in postseason play, and that's big with free agency. You want to build for the future, and that's also why I'm going to go to Andrelton Simmons. I got a lot of hate yesterday for putting him on the list, but I love this guy. I mean, he's young. I think he's probably one of the younger guys on my list here. At 30 years old, I believe he's arguably one of the best fielders in the league. And, Michael said his batting average is in the 200s. Put him – we all know he's not known for his bat, but he's known for his fielding.
Yeah.
And put this guy in at 7 or 8, and he can poke you in a base hit here and there, sack fly. He can bunt, and he's really quick. So I think Andrelton Simmons is the best player for the future on this list. Now, Nelson Cruz, he's 40 years old. Do not pay him the money. He's 40. He's got 1 or 2 years left being as productive as he is now. Don't get Nelson Cruz. Do not give him the payday that he is wanting. The man is 40. Do not pay him money. I understand he put up the numbers last year. He's not going to do that again. You got to think of his age. That's why Andrelton Simmons is a star on this because he's young and he's good. So Andrelton Simmons is the guy to get. And, I don't think he's not going to ask very much because fielding is so unappreciated in the MLB anymore.
Yep.
So go for Andrelton Simmons for 6 to 10 mil. I mean, that's a steal. You are stealing Andrelton Simmons there if you can get him on your team for that cheap. So,
but I mean the list is nice. I think the 2 DHs that we're looking at, I think all DHs or everybody's kind of waiting to see what the National League does with the DH, or if they're going to adapt it or keep it, or if they're going to let it go. Because that'll open up the market even more for both 100%. Those guys. JT, I believe, was offered or in talks with the Braves to go play there for quite a large sum of money. Can my Phillies get anybody? Hey, I'm with you. Just like the Twins. I mean, any one of those guys would look good in a Twins uniform too. But Bauer, I think, was linked to the Yankees for a little bit there, as usual. Cruz, I know Cruz is asking for a lot. The Twins have talked about re-signing him. I'd like to see him come back, but MLB's got ridiculous money. They got, I think Will stated the funny money yesterday in his show. Which I wouldn't mind some of that funny money too if they are handing it out. I mean, but it is ridiculous on some of these players. like batting 250 and getting this outrageous contracts. Conman could state that back in the day, man, you had to bat 330 home runs. You had to put up some good stats to get that payday.
Without question.
Now it's like if you hit 20 home runs, you bat 250, bat in 100. You're getting the payday. Simmons back in the day, yeah, he would have got the payday for his fielding. Like Landon said, fielding kind of went out the door a little bit, with these contracts because everybody wants the numbers. So it'll be interesting, just like the NFL draft. Anything's possible,
Right.
And speaking of anything's possible, last Tuesday, Springer signed with the Blue Jays. Did
That's
not see that coming. I don't know. I don't know if anybody saw that coming. But
That's
yeah, we broke that. We broke that on Jock Talk on Tuesday. So, but
Well, I
anybody,
mean-
how does that fit into the Blue Jays? Does that make them the contenders now? Landon.
I mean, that was a huge signing, and that's my point of it's like secret, and then it just comes out of nowhere. I don't know. I mean, the Blue Jays will be good; they'll be better for sure. But contender, I don't know. Like I said last week, it's MLB. You never know. I mean, the Nationals, and I used this last week. This as an example, the Nationals had one of the worst starts in MLB history, come back and win the World Series. So, you just never know what'll happen anymore. But the Blue Jays on paper, 100% they're a contender. Will they play good together? I don't know. Baseball's a team sport. I don't know if they'll play together or not, but that only time will tell. And that's how a lot of things will go in the MLB.
So there's a comment from Brian. I guess gauging towards Landon and his 40-year-old comment. Nate, can you pull it up? There you go. 40 is some people's prime, buddy. Comment, what do you think? Does that put the Blue Jays up there, or where do you think that puts the Blue Jays right now with Springer signing?
I mean, that's a great signing. I think it does propel them to be contenders. I mean, I like Landon says, you never know with Major League Baseball what they're going to do, and I think we still got spring training to come up. Anything can happen, but
Exactly.
so anything can happen. But I mean, on paper right now, it does look like it can make them contenders, but we don't really know. But we can guess. But it might.
No, I mean, the Blue Jays are full of young talent. You talk about a team that's hungry. I mean, I think they got a lot of at least 3 or 4 former MLB sons on their team, from Biggio Jr. to Glad Jr. to, I can't even name Bichette Jr., I think. I mean, they're full of juniors. So, all right. Do we got another slide? I can't remember.
Yep,
I think
we do.
Yes. All right. So, comment, I'm going to let you take this, but this past week, we lost a legend in the MLB world. I know you're going to state a lot, and so comment, go ahead, you take it.
All right. The other day I had gone to the gym, and I came back from the gym, and I put on the network, and Landon put out the screen about Hank Aaron passing away, and wow, it hit me like a rock. And I ended up putting on Major League Baseball channel, and I watched it for the whole day. I mean, 9 hours straight minimum. And what really impressed me the most, I mean, they talked about the numbers. We already know about the numbers. I can go on and give you all the numbers, which are tremendous, obviously. But I think I want to bring up the point is that on that show, they had 25 people minimum going on there and talking about how he affected their lives. All the former, I'm talking about from sportscasters to radio people. I'm talking about former players, teammates, rivals, and the things that they talked about him. Again, as I always like to bring up, even more so what he did off the field as what he did on the field. I mean, his numbers are tremendous. And, I look back now, he came down here to New Bedford at the Boys and Girls Club, and I had the opportunity to go see him, but I didn't go. I regret that now. I truly regret not being able to go see him at the Boys and Girls Club. But we lost a living legend. I mean, he was tremendous. And the things he had to go through. I mean, come on, guys. 3,000 letters a day, death threats. I mean, the things that he put up with, wasn't able to go and stay in hotels with his teammates, wasn't able to eat at the restaurants. I mean, things that he had to go through and still be able to perform the way he did. I think it's phenomenal. I think as time goes on, people will recognize and find out a lot of things that he did to make the game a lot better. And of course, breaking Babe Ruth's home run record and all the hits he had. And what's funny? The man didn't even get 100% vote to get in the Hall of Fame. I find that totally unbelievable. I don't know. I just don't know. But again, for his consistency, the longevity, and what he had to put up with, I think it's a true testament to him and his character. During watching the show, I thought I knew a little bit, you know what I mean, but I gained so much knowledge just watching, all the people and all the great things that they said about him, and even again, not what he did on the field, it's what he did off the field. The encouragement he offered other players and the things he did was like phenomenal. And I remember the good times. Yeah, I'm gonna try to remember the good times. The great competitive nature to him going against Willie Mays, because back then Willie Mays was the one that was supposed to be the one to break Babe Ruth's record. It was Willie Mays, not Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron was just more consistent. But, Willie Mays was more flamboyant, with the crazy catches of the hat, flipping off. He was more flamboyant. He was must-watch, TV, not so much back then. But he was much-watch TV as opposed to Hank Aaron. He was more steady, rock steady, smooth, didn't do anything spectacular, whereas Willie Mays was phenomenal. But, we lost a living legend, a great guy. I'm going to miss him, man. I'm really going to miss him. When towards the end of the afternoon, what they did was they had a lot of his last interviews. And you just, that was a great man. Great man. Awesome.
All right, Landon, I know it's a little bit past your time, but what do you think of it?
Oh, sorry about that, man. Sorry.
No, you're right.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no. That's what I wanted out of this slide is you to go, you to tell us. You nailed it on the head. He was fantastic on and off the field. He broke Babe Ruth's record. He's second all-time home runs. We all know the stats. I'm just wasting time if I sit here and say them. He was fantastic, on and off, civil rights activist. Just one of the best baseball players ever on the field and one of the best men off the field. So, Hank Aaron, fantastic. It's a terrible loss, but it's sad, but we can look back on the good things that happened and what he did to better improve our world, as well as the baseball world.
Yeah. So for me, the image I always see when thinking of Hank Aaron is when he hits that home run to break the record, and some fans are jumping on the crowd and running the bases with him.
Yeah.
It seems like anytime you talk Hank Aaron, that's the first clip that they put up. But comment, I get your feeling towards Hank Aaron. You probably got to watch most of his career, unlike myself and Landon. But I got compared to when Kirby Puckett passed away for myself. That hit me hard.
Yeah.
When that news broke, I was right with you. I was sitting watching the news, seeing everything that can be said about the guy, but for Hank Aaron, yeah, he's MLB to his finest. Played on the field, had good chemistry off the field with the fans and organizations he was with. One of my friends posted that on Facebook when I posted the story that it took him to heart because it was his dad's favorite player, and his dad passed away a few years ago, and now with Hank Aaron passing, that's like a little bit more of his dad that just left him. So Hank Aaron is affecting everybody. So rest in peace, Hammer and Hank. And till next time, I guess, for him. The Atlanta Braves, the Braves organization, I said, is taking a hit over the last few weeks with Sutton, Aaron, and I think Bill Necro a few weeks ago. So MLB's losing some definitely old legends. So, all right. With that being said, I believe that's the last slide topic. Do you guys got anything before we call it a day and go catch some great football action? Landon, I'll start with you.
Championship Sunday. So ready after this. I'm gonna go get ready for those games. I'm super excited. This is the best day other than the Super Bowl, in my opinion. We see who we're gonna get, and then we'll see if my predictions come true. I didn't lose any games last week. I was right on all of them last week, and I was right on all of. Or no. I went 3 for 3 wild card, and then last week I was good, didn't lose one, and then this week hopefully I keep that streak going, and then hopefully I get the Super Bowl right, and then I only lose 3 games in the playoffs. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see. Mr. Conman, what do you got there, bud?
This might be the last time that Brady goes against Rodgers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So this game is going to be so special. You know what I mean? Today, I'm looking forward to it, man. Both games are going to be it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be exciting to watch. I think Landon's picks are going to be wrong, but other than that, I think it's going to be a great day, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the games myself. I'll catch as much as I can. Working the hours I do, I kind of hit or miss some of the games. So, like I said earlier, either matchup I'm okay with in the Super Bowl. Yeah, Landon, tough break on your debate this past week.
Yeah.
I did a phenomenal job.
Some of the questions kind of went either way. I was kind of shocked you said defensive end, but I got your gist on what you meant, and to a point I kind of agree with it. But J-Mac, I mean, the middle linebacker,
yeah, that question.
But I mean, even if you would have said free safety, I could see it. Seeing that they can see the play develop more. But Conman, I think we're 0 for. Or actually, Landon won once, so I think we're one. I think we're 1 for 3 on the year for debates. So
yeah,
can't win them all. It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Can't win them all. But good luck to everybody when they resume. I know we put a little hold on them for staffing reasons. But I want to send out a shout out to Mess Around. Get better soon, bud. We're missing you on the shows. Also today, I believe we're going to have another post pregame show, maybe after both championship games, and break those down. We also have our in between the ropes wrestling show tonight around, I think it's 9-10 o'clock Central Time, where they'll break down the action, and then we'll see what and then Monday's Sports Corner, I believe, to break down some more action. But with that being said, Landon, one more time for our viewers. Let's go over the free T-shirt. How can they get it?
All right, so we've seen a lot of comments roll in this show for sure, but if you just keep that up, you're entered to win Viewer of the Month, and if you win Viewer of the Month, you'll get your own T-shirt. We'll ship that out to you. It's really easy. I mean, you just gotta be active in our shows. Share and like all of our shows and posts, and you'll be entered to win. All
right. And then comment if they don't want to share a comment but want that awesome T-shirt, how can they do it?
Well, all they got to do is get in touch with either one of us, and we can lead them into the right direction in order to get these great T-shirts. $14.99. Yep. Can't go wrong.
No, you can't. And, being Viewer of the Month is an elite group right now. There's only 3 of them, and you're talking to one of them. So,
all right.
Yeah, there's only 3. There's 3 members to that group right now. So we'll want to see it grow, and it's kind of an exclusive crew right now. So, all right. With that being said, next week we'll break down the Super Bowl. Hopefully, Landon's picks are wrong, but we're just kidding. So, anyway, stay tuned to the network. Check out all the fine shows that we got next Sunday. Hopefully, we'll be foursome with Mess Around coming back. If not, we'll make it work. But Mess Around, we miss you. So, peace out.
We
See
do.
you next week.
Nate, send us out, buddy.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.